After building Racetrack Scenic's MG Bridge, I'm still totally fascinated by the Sebring racetrack with its special atmosphere. While surfing the internet a bit, I found a wonderful historical account of the 1967 12 Hours of Sebring, including the following iconic cars: Chaparral 2F, Ferrari Dino, Ford GT40, Alfa Romeo Tipo 33, Periscopica, Porsche 910, etc. When I saw the Ford GT40 Mark IV of Mario Andretti and Bruce McLaren, I suddenly thought of my MRRC slot car model. This is also yellow, with starting number 2, as driven by Bruce McLaren and Mark Donohue at the Le Mans 24 Hours in 1967. They finished 4th. Please join me on this little trip down memory lane.
One of the world's greatest sporting events. It ranks for the famous European circuits of Le Mans, Dearborn, and Monza as the most colorful and challenging events in international motor racing. This year is no exception, as teams from around the world gather at the 5.2-mile circuit to ready for the Sebring 12 Hours of Endurance. Premier road racing event each year brings together the greatest drivers and cars the world over, battling for the prestige of a Sebring victory as well as valuable points leading to the world's manufacturers' prototype championships. Sebring traditionally is one of the great international events of any year. This year is no exception. With me to introduce you to the competitors and show you the color of this tremendous event is the former U.S. road racing champion and Sebring winner, Bob Holbert, and the editor of National Sports News, Chris Economaki.
Les, Sebring is one of a handful of events that represent the pinnacle in road racing. Along with France's Le Mans, the Nürburgring of Germany, and Italy's Targa Florio, these are the great races, the true endurance tests. And the prototype category is always the most interesting. The big 500 horsepower cars that here reach 180 miles an hour. This year, Ferrari has abdicated, leaving a handful of private entries to carry the battle to Ford, which has its awesome new Mark IV prototype and last year's winning Mark II. And the exotic Chevrolet-powered Chaparrals are here too, hoping to repeat their 1965 victory. And the under 2-liter category looks very interesting too, Bob.
Chris, this shapes up to be a great race within a race here for the 2-liter honors. We're well represented by Porsche from Germany, rightfully nicknamed the Giant Killers by their consistent high-place finishing here at Sebring. This year they're being challenged by Ferrari with 4 very fast rear-engine Dino machines. And a newcomer to the under 2-liter prototype ranks is Alfa Romeo with 2 new rear-engine machines. This could very well be the year of the under 2-liter machine.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you, Chris. Obviously, Sebring promises to be colorful, hard-fought, and fast. Fast is the competitively untested Ford Mark IV. The super sleek lemon yellow Mark IV is Ford's standard bearer, and hopefully the car which will avenge Ferrari's triumph at Daytona. Bruce McLaren and Mario Andretti will be at the controls.
What about your strategy in the 12 hours, Mario? What'll it be?
Well, I think we have a car that should be fast enough to lead it if qualifications are any indication at all. So the main thing we'll be trying to do is to go strong enough and yet not to abuse the car. As you know, usually these long-distance races require that sort of tactic.
As a driver with the fastest car, Bruce, would you wish the Ferraris to be here?
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed they're not here because I think that on this circuit with this car, we could have got even for Daytona.
Ford's only other factory entry, a slightly reworked version of last year's victorious Mark II. Lloyd Ruby and A.J. Foyt are in command.
What about the race itself, A.J.? Is it going to be a tough one for you with only 2 cars in the Ford team?
Well, naturally, you have to finish any race to win it, and I think we stand a real good chance to win it with one of the cars. Didn't enter but 2 cars, but I think both cars will finish.
How close to the top both Fords finish will depend on this winged innovation from the plains of Central Texas. The Chaparral, Chevy-powered, automatic transmission, and replete with radical approaches to speed, is only a tick slower than the Mark IV. Designer Jim Hall has brought the older 2D to bolster the wing 2F in his attempt to repeat Chaparral's 1965 Sebring win. Mike Spence and Phil Hill will drive the wing car, Bruce Jennings and Bob Johnson the 2D. The lone Ferrari capable of the Ford and Chaparral speeds is a privately entered P3 driven by England's Dick Atwood and David Piper.
What about your chances in the 12 hours, David?
Well, I think in a long-distance race like 12 hours, one's always got a chance if you've got a car that's halfway as competitive, because so much can happen in a long-distance race of this type. Our car, I think, is competitive. After 12 hours at Daytona, we were in 4th place, and I feel that with a bit of luck, we could do better here.
But the traditional Ferrari red, which for so many years splashed victory lane, isn't completely absent. 3 very fast Ferraris will tangle in the smaller engine under 2-liter race, which promises to be as bitterly fought as any battle in history. Alfa Romeo has entered 2 of its competitively untried rear-engine prototypes. And Porsche, in the fight of its life for under 2-liter honors, has brought a 4-car factory team of Carrera 6s and the new 910.
Scooter Patrick here from Manhattan Beach, California, driving one of the new Porsche 910s. This is a new number to our understanding. What is the 910, Scooter?
Well, Bob, the 910 is basically a hill climb car that they've been using in Germany. Gerhard Miller has been driving it over there very successfully. This is the first time they've had it over here. It's a little shorter, although it's a little wider than the Carrera 6, and about 100 or so pounds lighter.
How do you feel it stacks up in the competition here on the Sebring track?
Well, Bob, we've got the most tremendous under 2-liter field I've seen at Sebring in the last 2 years that I've been here. Of course, we have about 5 Porsches, and we have about 4, I believe, maybe 5 Dinos, and a couple of 2 little Alphas that are going awful quick, and we're going to have to try to hustle along, I think, to stay with them.
Hustling along at Sebring demands all the skills in the driver's repertoire. The 5 2/10 mile circuit combines ancient concrete airport runways with newly asphalted surfaces in a series of high-speed corners, flat-out straightaways, and a 20-mile-an-hour hairpin turn. They'll shift gears some 25 times per lap. They approach the hairpin turn at upwards of 145 miles per hour, then have to brake down to 20 to get safely around. Then onto the warehouse straight, which has been shortened this year as part of a new layout. It begins here with this right-hander into what's now called the Green Park Chicane. From here on, it's a series of straights connected by brake-burning corners until the circuit is completed. It's rough. You have to be ready. The most difficult thing for everyone will be finishing the 12 grueling hours in front of them. The starting drivers take their places across from their cars for the famous running Le Mans start. The race in a moment. The Mark IV Ford and the winged Chaparral head the field as the seconds tick to the 11 a.m. race start. And there they go. Stingray is first away, followed by a Dino Ferrari and an Alfa Romeo. The fastest qualifiers are slow getting off the line. McLaren gets away in the Mark IV, but Spence is stuck in the Chaparral. The sprightly little Dino Ferrari leads the maneuvering field through these tricky turns. Voigt's piloting the highest place Ford at the moment and charging through the throng in the Mark II. Spence is still trying to bring the giant Chevy engine to life in his Chaparral. Mechanic Franz Weiss flips the magic switch, and Spence finally gets underway, but dead last in the 60-car field. First of the chicane, the Dino Ferrari, with the Alfa Romeo second, ahead of the larger engine speedsters. Spence's Chaparral is unaccompanied through the S's. The entire field is out of sight. But Spence has 12 hours to catch up, and the Chaparral is fast. Down the long back straight parallel to Spence, the Alpha leads, showing great agility and taking full advantage of its efficient start. Voigt has gained more ground and is breathing hard on the smaller engine contenders in front of him. First lap honors to the Alfa Romeo, the Dina Ferrari second, then Voigt and McLaren with their eye on the lead. The Chaparral still appears to be in a race by itself. By the S's, the Fords have gobbled up the quick-starting Alfa and Dino Ferrari, and McLaren has assumed command with Voigt second, just the way Ford planned it and hopes it will remain. The one car that could change all that, the Chaparral, is beginning to catch the stragglers. Spence will flatten his wing on the straights, incline it on the turns for maximum braking assistance and aerodynamic stability. The rate is moving through the field. The car has no problems now. Chris Economaki is with Chaparral designer Hall to find out about that problem at the start.
Neither car apparently started. I think both drivers used the shoulder harness, which maybe some of them didn't, so they were a little longer getting off, but neither car started properly. I don't know why.
Despite that starting problem, Spence has done an amazing job of moving through the field. In just over an hour, he has moved from dead last to third and draws a beat on second place Voigt, rounding the timer stand turn. Spence flattens his wing and flies by Voigt down the pit straight, right into second place. An amazing performance considering his handicap. The Mark IV is still solidly in first, but a bit slippery through the demanding hairpin turn. David Piper has been quietly moving the P3 Ferrari into contention, but reliability is his only strong suit. McLaren confidently sails into the pits for the first routine stop and driver exchange. USAC champ Mario Andretti stands by with his seat cushion. And Mike Spence roars by into first while the Ford is pit bound. The stop is efficient and without incident, allowing Mario back in action, very close on the Chaparral's heels, but nevertheless in second place. Spence knows his hard-won place in front will probably revert to the Ford when he has to pit soon, so he's pushing to build up his margin. Andretti's pushing too, and the fans are witnessing the unusual spectacle of sprint racing action in a 12-hour endurance contest. Lloyd Ruby's now in command of the Mark II Ford in third place. And Bob Johnson has the second Chaparral in fourth place now. They're all on the same lap. Jim Hall's ready to take over the first place car from Spence. And here he is. Andretti takes the lead. Hall had intended to only manage his team's effort, but lead driver Phil Hill developed appendicitis the night before the race, so Hall will drive in his place. It's a routine stop, but long enough to give Ford the lead again. And Hall goes out to renew the battle for first. The scooter Patrick Gerhard Mitter, number 36 Porsche 910, leads a trio of the Stuttgart Speedsters in places 6 through 10, continuing Porsche's tradition of shadowing the big speedsters, ready to pounce if they break. Bob Holbert talks with Porsche team leader Baron Huschke van Hunstein.
This is a precedent for Sebring that you're running up so far in the top 10 so early in the race. Is this going to alter any of your previous strategy that you may have planned?
Our main concern is the 2-liter class, but of course, you know, the time you use the drive for us, that we are always trying to catch up with the big boys as far as we can.
The big boys in this case are the Andretti McLaren Ford and the Spence Hall Chaparral, who are still racing as if the flag will drop any minute instead of 8 hours from now. Voigt Ruby must watch from their third place Ford. Hall's making a move on Andretti just out of the chicane, and he's passed to regain the lead. The pace is blistering as Hall puts his creation in front again in one of the tightest battles in Sebring's long and colorful history, all of which gives Chief Timer Joe Lane's staff a real challenge as the day wears on. Officials report 12 cars retired out of the 60 starters. Sebring's international stature annually draws a colorful gathering from all over the world to enjoy the race and the hospitality of organizer Alec Ullman, who with his wife Mary has made Sebring an international event.
Alec, why is it that such a small handful of races have such major significance?
Well, I think, Chris, it's because it is a championship race, number one, and secondly, it has now achieved a fairly substantial tradition. People come here from all over the world.
And what is the special character of endurance racing, Alec?
It is the point-to-point, Chicago to New York, Phoenix to Los Angeles type of race conducted on a closed circuit. We try to simulate the occurrences might happen if you were allowed to race this way from town to town. So we duplicate within 12 hours what could have happened if the Paris-Madrid race still existed.
The Chaparral Ford duel is blistering. McLaren, driving the Ford now, outbreaks Spence at the hairpin, and just that quickly is back in the lead. The Piper Atwood number 20 P3 Ferrari is running fifth, but unable to keep pace with the Fords and Chaparrals. With the Herman Seifert Porsche right behind, continue to lead under 2-liter and maintain Porsche's hold on the places 6 through 9. Here's trouble for the only contending Ferrari. Piper brings the outmoded P3 pit side. Gearbox trouble. And that's the end of the day for David Piper and Dick Atwood. Ferrari's only chance at a top finishing spot. Approaching the halfway point now, the leaders in front, the Andretti McLaren Ford Mark IV in its maiden event and showing promise of great things to come. Second, Spence Chaparral. Third, the Foyt Ruby Ford Mark II. Fourth, the Jennings Johnson Chaparral. And John Rhodes MGB is dominating its class. Bruce Jennings is in with a 4th place Chaparral for Bob Johnson to take over. This car won last year's 1,000 kilometers at Nürburgring to mark Chaparral's first overseas conquest. The number 5 car has been showing some smoke. As Johnson gets away, let's hear from his co-driver, Bruce Jennings.
We do have a minor problem, but it's not affecting anything. It's been like this since the very beginning, and we don't feel as though it's going to affect the race at all.
Whoops, the Foyt Ruby Ford overdoes it, but not seriously, and is right back in action. In the second division, it's still the number 36 Porsche. The GT44 of Dick Thompson and Ed Lauder has moved into 7th with the Herman Seifert Porsche 8. Trouble now at the hairpin. It's a backup Chaparral. For the looks of things, out of the race. The report from the scene says electrical problem. Car's finished. Shadows lengthen, bringing late afternoon and the numbing fatigue of endurance racing. More Chaparral difficulties, and for the looks of the smoke, the Hall Spence car is in serious trouble. The Foyt Ruby Ford takes advantage and moves into 2nd place as the daylight fades. There are about 4 hours of night driving ahead before the checker drops at 11 o'clock, and the pressure on Ford for the lead suddenly vanishes as the second Chaparral retires the blown oil seal in the automatic transmission. Time for headlights and to readjust to the course and the hazards of 180-mile-an-hour speeds on an unlit roadway. The Foyt Ruby Ford in 2nd now finishes a routine pit stop. The number 37 is signaled in. The factory Porsche team traditionally operates with immaculate precision. A computer keeps tabs on the team's progress. Joe Seifert climbs out to turn the car over to co-driver Hans Hermann. They're back in 4th place overall now with the retirement of the number 11 Ford GT40 and the Chaparral. The lead car pulls in. McLaren and Andretti have done a magnificent job in the new Mark IV. They've dominated the race most of the day and without challenge since the Chaparral's retirement. A feeling of confidence pervades the crew as tires, gas, and oil are added. Andretti will take the car out for the last stint. They've been trading about every hour and a half. The brutal demands of the track and the constant Chaparral pressure show on Bruce McLaren as he talks with Chris Economaki.
Have you slowed down much since the Chaparral's left the race?
Quite a bit.
No trouble with the car to finish.
No problems at the moment.
You look very tired, Bruce. Has it been a demanding day?
It's been quite a race for a while there, yeah.
You seem to enjoy it, though.
Oh, it was fun, yeah.
The number 36 Porsche is told all's okay. It's an amazing third overall, although several laps down to the second place number 2, Foyt Ruby Ford. But last-minute retirements are not unusual under these demands, in which case Porsche's ready. The second place Ford calls unexpectedly at the pits, and the back is raised, signifying trouble. This is an unduly long pit stop, which might be serious enough to retire the Foyt Ruby machine and rob Ford of a 1-2 placing. And that's it.
Andretti's told his backup car has been retired.
It remains for the number 36 Porsche to try to make up the remaining laps, separating it from the number 2 Ford. Only laps remaining now. The only issue in doubt is whether the Porsche gets the pit-bound number 2 Ford. Starter Jesse Coleman flashes the final flag of the day to end one of the fiercest battles in Sebring history. The finish is Ford 1-2. The Porsche failed by 8 seconds to make up its deficit. The story in a moment. Andretti and McLaren covered a record 1,237 miles for the 12 hours. Bob Hobart found them jubilant.
Mario, can you say a word about this new car and tell us how you like the performance?
Well, it's fantastic. I think I've been connected with some of the testing that we've been doing with it. I think finally Ford really come up with a very, very competitive car, and I was very happy with it just last week prior to this race, and I guess things worked out just the way we planned, and I think at Le Mans we should be very competitive.
Let me have a word with Bruce McLaren here. Bruce, how do you like this new car and the handling quality?
I like it a lot. It's a great car, there's no doubt about it. And I think that at Le Mans we're really going to have a chance with it.
Did you have any trying moments tonight? I noticed a couple extra pit stops. Were these uncalled for?
No, we just had a rear wheel a bit out of balance, that was all.
Well, then really, after the battle with the Chaparral, well, you sort of set your own pace, is that right?
Yeah, I think we were pretty relieved when the Chaparral went out. It was really giving us a race.
Despite the disappointment of missing second by 8 seconds, Porsche had the satisfaction of placing 3rd, 4th, 6th, 7th, and 9th. 5 of the first 10. An amazing performance. The Maglioli Vaccarella Ford GT40 finished 5th overall, first Sports 50. GT class was garnered by a Porsche 911, driven by Bob Kirby and Alan Johnson. The 26,000 fans saw an historic beginning for a new machine, savored the excitement of a truly international event. Saw one of the finest races in years at the Sebring Grand Prix of Endurance.